Yo, like, what the fuck happened to the fourth industrial revolution? Remember 2018, 2019, you wouldn't be able to take a freaking dump without somebody telling you about the fourth industrial revolution and how the Internet of Things and automation is going to take over the world and nobody's going to have a job. And then 2020 and 2021 came along, and blockchain and cryptocurrencies and NFTs were all going to make us millionaires. I know I spoke about it. I'll probably still continue to speak about it too. And then this year, everything's all about artificial intelligence and OpenAI and ChatGTP. It's like, what is up with all of these different technological hype cycles? What's going on? And where is this then fourth industrial revolution? Are we just going to get technological hype cycle after hype cycle? Or are we eventually going to get to the promised land of the fourth industrial revolution? And that's what this episode is about. This is episode number 40. Welcome. My name is Bert. Thank you for watching. Um, I'm not a financial advisor. I do not give financial advice. I'm here to talk about what I think I know, what I think I understand, and hope that you also do your own research and come back in the comments and tell me about what you think you know, what you think you understand, what you think you understand, and we can come together, share information like I'm trying to do here, so that we can continue to define and refine our investment thesis as we try to reach financial independence so that we can retire early. So thank you for watching. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice, but share with anybody else who you think might find this, information valuable. This is what I think I know. It's what I think I understand, and it's probably going to change with more information presented. So put your information in the comments, and you can teach me the way I'm trying to teach you. All right. So what is this fourth industrial revolution? Where is it? And short answer for me is we are right smack middle. We are right in the middle of the fourth industrial revolution. We're right smack in the middle of it. You know, the way I set it up in the intro, talking about how all of these different technologies are evolving and how they create different hype cycles. That is exactly what it is. It's different technologies coming together to change how the world works. Now, the in an industrial revolution is not an event that we arrive to. It is a process, right? And more definitively, it is a systematic shift in technologies that changes and improves the way that business is done, how production is done, how manufacturing is done, and how value is created, while creating new businesses across all industries and the economy. And that's key fact number one, right? These are a technology or different technologies that come together, number one. Number two, affect how business is done in all industries of the economy. If we're going to go back to one of the first examples of an industrial revolution, late 1700s, early 1800s, we had steam power, right? Or rather, a shift from handheld tools to mechanized production, which changed society across the board. I mean, if you're going to go from handheld tools to mechanized production, it's not just going to affect how you kind of make cars, it's going to affect how you build technology for also the health sciences or the health industry. It's also going to affect the technology that's used in farming, right? So I say that to say that this new technology is going to affect multiple industries, right? Not just your little niche industry, but it's going to affect multiple industries. So this is when one or more technology is replaced by another in a short period of time, or where accelerated technological process characterized by new inventions whose rapid application and diffusion into society disrupts or changes the way that society functions. So going back to this first industrial revolution, you had electricity, or the creation, the invention of electricity and the perpetuation of it in society. You had rail, the internal combustion engine, or where steam was, this mechanized production, the steam production was then also put on rail and turned into trains. And you also had telephones, or the evolution of the telephone wire and communication through voice wire transfer beyond just Morse code and signal tapping. So all of these technological platforms had to come together, right, and create how and change how the world works and how business is done across all industries. Electricity went into your homes, went into your factories, went into your schools, went to your hospitals. Electricity changed everything. Rail changed how everything is produced, how things can travel from one point to the other, and telephones just made communication a little bit more instantaneous. And when all these technological platforms came together, they changed the world, right? And another quick example, going back to why I say we are right smack in the middle of the fourth industrial revolution, and so, some of us are gonna realize when it's a little too late. But I say that to say this, right? Um, we will not know the real effects of the fourth industrial revolution because again it is a process and it takes multiple technologies working at the same time to create new ways in which business are done across the board. If you can go back to the digital industrial revolution, or third industrial revolution, you had things like internet coming along, right? um, you had new payment trails in finances. You had new ways in communication with cell phones and mobile and apps. And when all these different technologies, and you had GPS, right, global positioning system and tracking. And when these four technologies came together, what GPS, um, telephone, cell phones, smartphones, the internet, apps, digital apps, and payment platforms, and all these technologies came together, we created Uber, right? And that changed, a whole new business model, a whole new business plan, which comes from, right, which is built on top of already existing technological rails, and then creating new, right, technological rails on new businesses and new ways of doing business across the world, right? So it will take the converging of these multiple technological platforms to come together and create new ways in which business is done across the world. And that is when a lot of people will then start to realize that we are in an industrial revolution. And another reason I say that we are in an industrial revolution is because industrial revolutions, right, destroy that. You can't change the way things is done without having some negative effects, right? So for example, even if you want to go back to the first industrial revolution, what I'm trying to get at is that when you had steam engines or tractors being introduced to farms, you didn't need as many people working the land anymore, because now you had mechanized way of doing things, right? But that also increased your production. So when you could create 10 tons with 1,000 people, now you have 100 people and you're creating 20 or 30 tons, right? So now, because you have increased production, maybe you can't quickly sell off into the market like you used to. So now, instead of now you used to selling 10 tons of apple, now you have 20 extra tons of apples. And what you can do with them is now turn them into juice, turn them into jam, and turn them into other downstream products. So as much as you're destroying jobs for the people that are working hand to hand on the farm, you're also creating jobs on the back end for people that are then gonna, produce the jam or produce the juice, or who are actually creating the tractors and creating other machines that are going to be needed to handle all of this surplus. So even today, why I say we're in it, all of these job losses that we're seeing in the technological space, right? 3 years ago, 5 years ago, everybody was needed to come and build these AI platforms and these technological platforms. And now, because AI is so good at codes itself, you don't need as many coders anymore. But on the other end is that people are going to create jobs. It's basic example that is actually very valuable today. Another, again, we are in the fourth industrial revolution. McDonald's just opened a franchise with no people. So it's a franchise running with no people. You go, you order your Big Mac, and no human is going to interact with you, right? That is a great loss of jobs for people that will be working at McDonald's. But at the back end, the people that are creating the robots, the people that are creating the artificial intelligence that runs the robots, right? The people that are building and designing the stores that don't need people in them. All of these people, that is a new level of job creation. So you might destroy jobs on the one end, but because you've increased productivity, you need more people to handle the surplus in productivity. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, but if it's handled correctly, it can actually create booms in in economic cycles, right? So, like I said, you had the convergence of different technologies like GPS, cell phones, payment technologies, and all these things, and then people were able to create Uber. You had people were able to create with payment platforms and GPS and artificial and smartphones and cameras. People are then able to create Airbnb, right? So you have people are able to create Amazon, right? Jeff Bezos was able to create Amazon because airplanes already existed, because cars already existed, because online payment platforms already existed, because the internet already existed, because search already existed. Now he built on all of these different technologies and created something, and created a whole lot of value, right? Amazon, a $2 trillion company. So that is what's going to happen with the fourth industrial revolution. We're going to have people that are going to put all of these new technologies together. What are these new technologies? These are artificial intelligence, quantum computing, nanotechnology, synthetic biology, blockchain, gene editing, robotics and automation, extended reality or augmented reality and virtual reality, 3D printing. All of these different technology and technological platforms are continuing to converge together, and people are going to create new ways of doing business and new ways of living day to day. I mean, you already changed how the way that we work, right? This work from home craze, the gig economy, self-employment, working from home. This wouldn't be completely possible, without everybody having Wi-Fi and everybody having a smartphone or a laptop, and just coding being so efficient. All of these, and the zero marginal cost for a lot of things, right? So searching on the internet has an effective zero marginal cost, right? um, Wi-Fi technically has a zero margin. Being on the internet and actually searching on Google, having access to the internet and actually even using it effectively, all those things effectively have a zero marginal cost because Wi-Fi is free, going on Google is free, right? And that makes certain things possible because now the production costs of certain things have gone so down while the productivity levels have gone up, and that is why people have the privilege of working at home. But I say that to say this, right? Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, nanotechnology, synthetic biology, blockchain, gene editing, robotics, automation, all these technologies, when they come together, they create a McDonald's without people, right? And that's another key thing. Once you have an idea, whether it's a technology or technological platform, you need people that are able to actually build the tech and execute it. You build the tech, you execute it, but you need to turn it to the right product or service. So your technology must be adapted into the right product or service, the right business model, the right time, and the right place. So when all of these things come together, the technological platforms and people are able to actually build the ideas and execute them effectively, create the right product or service, the right business model at the right time, and push it out also at the right place, you will know that you are in the fourth industrial revolution. But all of these job losses in tech should be a sign that there is a lot of destruction in the need for people, right? But yet productivity is at the same level or higher. That is a sign that these technologies are doing what they were created to do. That artificial intelligence, that robotics and automation, that quantum computing, that blockchain, that these things are actually coming together and doing what they're supposed to do. And the more that they come together, the more that they create, the more that they change the world and give us a new world, then we will know that we are in the fourth industrial revolution. But I'm saying that we're already in it. And the real purpose of this video is for people to realize that there's a lot of opportunity being created, right? Whether it's with robotics and automation, whether it's with NFTs and blockchain, whether it's with artificial intelligence, these technologies have so much opportunity within them, right? And whether the hype cycle is at its highest or at its lowest, if the technology still works, crypto might have lost 90% of its value or 50% of its market cap, actually. Crypto was about 3 trillion, about 24 months ago, and today it's at like 1.2. So it's lost half of its market cap value. But the technology still works. Smart contracts still work. Blockchain technology still works. So even if the financial value of it might have went down, the technology still works perfectly, and people are still using this technology, right? So that I say that to say that even if it's lost valuable money, it doesn't mean that it's even if it might have lost market cap, doesn't mean that its productivity value has gone down. So there are people who are still using these technologies and creating businesses out of them and creating so much wealth for themselves. And us in South Africa, and us as Africans, we need to become aware of all these technologies and realize that just because something is at its highest or the hype has gone down doesn't mean that it's gone, and doesn't mean that it's now ineffective or can't be used anymore, right? We're seeing McDonald's accept crypto. We're seeing McDonald's have automation. We see McDonald's use artificial intelligence to run its computers and to run its programs. So all of these technologies are converging, right? And they're creating a new world. And we have to participate effectively in that world, right? So communication, technology, transport, these three core technological platforms, once you see a big boom in them, right? Transport, space transport, a whole new thing, right? Communication, I mean, yeah, there's no real, you can't, I mean, we already talk to each other immediately, so there can't be that many. You can only um evolve, but you can't create new technological platforms off the top because unless you're creating holograms or immediate, but we already talk immediately, so you can only improve them and make them better. And energy, we're moving into the world of green energy. We're moving into the world of sharing energy, right? Where I can create energy in my own house and sell it to my neighbor or sell it back to the national grid, right? That is a huge change in how business is done. That is a big, big change in how business is done, where everyone can become their own energy manufacturer and energy supplier to their neighbors. That is a big change in how energy is done. And when all of that is run on blockchain, we don't even need to talk. I don't even need to have you know who you are. I can just put that on the blockchain. and whoever needs it buys it, whoever doesn't need it sell it, and that is done trustless, that is done automatic immediately on the blockchain with smart contracts. So you have green tech, right? I mean, you have green energy, you have communication. Yeah, we can say that blockchain and smart contracts actually is a form of communication evolution. And then we have transport with space, right? So all of these, like 3D printing plays a big role in these three industries, right? So all of these technologies, when they come together, when they evolve and when they converge, they're going to create new ways of being in the world and new ways of doing things. And that is when you're going to realize that you're right smack in the middle of the fourth industrial revolution, because we really are. So thank you for watching. I hope there was value in this video. Comment again, like, share, subscribe, and yeah, catch you on the next one.